The country is by far better than what it was yesterday. Daniel Sando, Deputy Information Minister for Public Affairs. You wrote on yesterday, and also I saw same from the press secretary. The following statement is issued by the government of Liberia regarding the MRU Presidential Center for Regional Peace and Development, the project. The project is a government of Liberia initiative, and it's named the Mano River Union Center for Regional Peace and Development. It is not private property, as some political actors and media outlets have insinuated. It is a strategic asset specifically designed to host sub-regional, regional, and global high-level gatherings, meetings, talks, and conferences focused on mediation, conflict resolution, and economic integration. It includes a 500-seat conference hall and secure accommodations in 9 units for visiting dignitaries. It is situated on approximately 7 acres of land in Foya, Lufa County. Why the project? Liberia is the oldest independent nation in the Mano River Basin, which consists of 4 countries. Liberia is respected as a regional leader and is looked to for guidance on key issues, including regional peace and security. The center offers a secure and strategic space to host national, global, and presidential dialogues when Liberia needs to do so. Liberia's current role on the United Nations Security Council over the next couple of years, as well as its esteemed and respected standing on the sub-regional, regional, continental, and global stage, requires it to be well prepared to support and lead regional dialogues on peace and security beyond the MRU region. The facility under and within the project will be a significant strategic enhancement to the country's current roles. Why Foya, Lufa County? Foya district is a strategic location in the northern part of Liberia, situated at the confluence of Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea, the 3 founding members of the Mano River Union. Its distance from the bustling suburban areas of Lufa and other parts of Liberia makes it an ideal geographic hub for cross-border security and conflict and peace discussions. The people of Foya have long been active in dialogues with their neighbors in Sierra Leone and Guinea on regional peace and development issues through the Makona River Organization. The government of Liberia sees this initiative as a project for the MRU region to promote peace, security, and cross-border collaboration at different levels. Why the confidentiality? The project's confidentiality was strictly governed by security protocols necessary for constructing facilities with security implications intended to host high-level officials and events requiring high security and sensitivity. It is unconventional to publish or discuss the blueprints and security layout of a facility designed to host regional and global leaders, VIPs, and other dignitaries while it is under construction. This helps prevent security vulnerabilities. The unauthorized June footage that sparked debate about the project posed a risk to the security and integrity of the project and proves the point being made. As mentioned earlier, the facility is not private property at all, but public property owned by the government of Liberia with national, regional, and global implications. Funding of the project. The project is financed through a combination of contributions from national, regional, and global entities, as well as private individuals and businesses. The total investment is estimated at approximately $6.1 million. The president, government officials, and senior security officials will visit the project site this December as part of his inspection of national development projects. Regional launch. The regional launch of the project will be scheduled after its full completion in 2026. It is anticipated that both national and regional stakeholders will participate. This project affirms Liberia's role as a peacemaker in the West African region. This is why you wrote yesterday, and
just for clarity, I didn't write that.
Okay.
That is the official position of the government of Liberia, as was articulated yesterday at the press briefing. Now I see a lot of newspapers making attribution to what I posted on my social media page.
You were the first to post it.
It was also published on the ministry's website.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people, anyway, social media is just Facebook on our side, but it was also published on the ministry official website on the ministry's social media page. But I mean, I know I'm one of the communicators for the government, so what I put on my page, and that's why nowadays I become very mindful, because anything I do on a page that is in a government liberal position. So yes, this is, I just thought to make that point. It was articulated by the minister yesterday. If you follow the press briefing, Minister Pierre verbatimly read this statement.
Okay.
So it is a government of Liberia response to this mounting core criticism. Some have even tried to create virtual document to say, oh, the project at 200 million. It is
No,
this and that.
I've not heard 200 million. I've heard 10 million.
Yes, so
I've not heard 200 million.
So the government of Liberia has spoken.
Well, there are issues here. First of all, as it relates to how this came about, what is the because if you talk about the reason for the secrecy or the confidentiality around the project, even military facilities that are constructed are placed in the budget. People know about them, that they are going to build this barrack here, they're going to build this here, and spend so amount, and that we do not see anything at all whatsoever about this project until this time.
Julius, as a government, we have not lost sight of the fact that one of the driving forces that led us to where we are, the driving forces that shifted the pendulum of power that brought us here today, was our call for accountability. So as a government, we would never try to dilly-dally with the issue of accountability. I thought the statement was self-explanatory. Anybody who listened to you read a statement would need not ask any further question, because the issue of the confidentiality was clearly addressed in the press statement. And I would not want to say anything beyond that. I just thought that the statement explained everything, why the project was being handled, or is being handled the way it is being handled.
No, it doesn't.
Because yes, it says that. You want to read that aspect again on confidentiality?
But I'm not understanding why the confidentiality around a facilities where people will have, people are supposed to have meetings.
It was strictly governed. So people build. So why are they building a particular facility with security features, other installations?
Why is it not in the national budget?
I'm not a security man. I can't say that to you. Not everything the country does, and they gave you the source of the funding. They say, how is it funded?
No, there's no particular source.
No, go read that again.
It is very vague.
You want to read that again? You say no particular source?
There's no particular source. It is very vague.
Yeah.
They say funding. Let me go to funding. The project is financed through a combination of contributions from national, regional, and global entities, as well as private individuals and businesses.
I also believe that is sufficient of information to provide to the public. Because one of the problems, or one of the concerns that critics have said, oh, what are they getting the money from? What are they getting the money from? So the first thing, this project is a regional project. What does the source of the funding tell you? Right? Of course, if the government of Liberia is involved into something, there are good citizens in the country that can support what the government is supporting, what the government is doing.
No, but then we should know.
Well, your right to know is one thing, and the right of the government to carry out projects.
How much is the national contribution? How much is the regional contribution?
I cannot.
And how much is the global contribution? And then how much is the private individual and businesses contribution?
So let me say this to you on this project. And the only reason why I'm speaking to it, because you brought it up, and I knew that the conversation would not be held without you bringing this thing about the facility in Foya in. A lot of speculations, and there are others who say the government should have played to the tune of critics to come up to say something. Why did the government hold back the information, and all this speculation? Julius, the reason why we at the Him of Government Communication are very comfortable, because what stood up most in all of the criticism is that this project was a retirement home for President Joseph Boakai. All of the speculation was geared towards supporting that premise, that this is President Joseph Boakai retirement home.
Is it not possible that the government is now trying to change it to something else because of the backlash?
I don't see how can you build a retirement home for somebody and put a whole like and hold 500 people there. How possible can that be? Look at the description.
The fact that we did not see the original blueprint, it means you could change anything in it at any point in time.
That's wishful thinking. The first thing I want to dispel here is that President Joseph Boakai is now focused on building a retirement home. I mean, people should let the father people record in the country. the house the president currently lives in. He was living in that house before I was even born. He still live there.
It has been upgraded very well, though.
How have you been there?
Yes. Why you say you ask me?
So beside
I've been there.
I come in and
upgraded.
so beside the fence that was placed around our house for security reasons because he's the president of the country. Because I was just there the other night for the Liberty Party and meeting with the president. I was there. Beside the fence they put around our house, what else have they put there? That people say, oh, the president upgraded your house. But he's the president of the country anyway. Security people can advise him, Mr. President, this got to happen, this guy. He doesn't control his own security. But this is not somebody who is materialistic to the extent that he's president of a country and he want to build a new house. He was vice president for 12 years. He didn't build a new house. He lived over there. And now that God has blessed him to lead this country to progress. In the first
Did Sierra Leone give any money for this project?
I can say that to you, Judas.
Did Guinea give any money?
The next point I want to make to you, Judas.
What about the procurement processes? Because this is 6 million plus we are talking about of taxpayers' money.
The next point, the source of fund does not tell you that it's purely taxpayer money.
No, it's a national.
Okay.
So it is our national portion
that
I'm asking about.
The next thing I want to say to you here is that when you travel across this country, in fact, let me start this way. One of the problems that we have had as a country is this overly centralized system of government that centralizes all of the infrastructure of government just in Monrovia. The administration of former President Sando tried to build service centers across the country, tried to decentralize services and everything. It didn't work effectively under the past administration. We have come to try to reactivate some of the service centers. But when you talk about national infrastructure, where we can say, okay, today we're having a national concept. Where do we go now? Everything is being held at ministerial complex, right? Everything being held at ministerial complex because we do not have national infrastructure.
But Daniel, do you want to blame the public? This would have been simple from the inception of this project. If it was announced by government, we build this so thing in so place.
That's not how you manage. That's not how you manage government communication.
No, but no. I do not know of any project, whether it is a military barrack that has been constructed in Liberia, that the public is not told or is not in the budget, or that they say, oh, we building a barrack here. That's all. Building this barrack here. People know that the government building barrack here.
Let us not try to.
14th military hospital was built here, and people knew that they were building something for the military there.
Very good. But the point I'm making to you here is that we have to appreciate the effort being made by the president. But I'm coming, Judas. You have said
there's a particular information just came out now, and then people say
Judas,
confused.
For the last 1 month, 2 months, you've been on the radio speculating.
Yes.
And now that you have somebody,
and even asking you know,
and now that you
I called you before.
Now that you have a formal position from the government, why you can't allow me to talk about it?
No, but that's
but every time I want to talk,
I even read it.
Every time, So you read it eloquently. So the point I'm making here is that we should be able to appreciate. Today we have universities in Maryland County. We have community colleges being elevated to university stature across the country. We have to decentralize everything in this country. That's how it will work. So if you have a center, a state-of-the-art center being built in an area in Liberia that connects with 2 other countries in the Monrovia region, and the government has given you a statement, I think the most concern from the public was that, they say President Barker built a retirement home. The fact that the government has come out to say, look, this project is this. It is not a private project. It is owned by the Liberian government. It will be used for this reason. That is sufficient to satisfy all of the doubt. Why didn't we speak when y'all were speculating? When people were, I would not say you, when people were speculating. That's not how you manage government communication. People, if you want to do on a knee-jerk basis.
So is it auditable? Are the procurement processes things that people can verify?
Well, I I cannot speak to that because I don't know what you're talking about. It is auditable and this and
No, no.
that. It's a public.
I mean, the money
yeah.
for earlier when you were talking about the RRA road,
Yeah.
you said it was taxpayers' money.
Of course.
And the first portion, other GSEs auditing, or they have concluded the audit on it, right? Good. So I'm also asking the 6 million plus that will be spent in the construction of this project. Is it auditable?
So we're making progress now. We agree now that the project, all of the speculation.
No, that's why you said that. I don't need to agree or disagree.
All of the talk about the project being 10 million, 200 million, those talks have been defeated. We're now settled for what the government announced to the public to say this project is put at 6.1 million.
And so it's verifiable.
I'm coming. If the government had anything to concede from the public, it wouldn't have issued this conspicuous.
After a long time.
Well, we determine when the government speaks. The government cannot be reactive to communication.
I'm just confused. So because even the secretive NSA, as secretive as NSA is, we know NSA budget. Then
but you know the bidding, the budget for the bidding.
You're just saying you said because it high level security.
You know the budget is 6.1 million.
Yeah, and you're not even giving us details how much government put there.
But I'm not a financial expert.
But you don't need to.
I think
to have that information.
I think what we have done at the Ministry of Information, I want to stop it there, is to give the public the information that it deserves on this project. I think it
has created more questions though.
Well, you see the point? I told you from the initial point of this conversation that even if I said to somebody and say Jesus Christ is the Son of God, they will not believe it because I speak for the government. Now there are people who will believe what we have said to be the truth because we are not in the heart.
I'm not sure even your supporters in government are very convinced. I've not seen that kind of, the way when certain things come out of government, your supporters run with it.
This was not intended to convince the usual skeptics.
I'm saying even your supporters don't look convinced. A whole lot of them not run with it.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm saying to you that this statement.
I'm a heavy user of social media.
This statement was not intended to convince the critics. I tell you what, Julius, this is plain communication.
Okay.
The government has told you what this project is about, what the source of funding is, what the project is intended for.
No, Daniel, the project really did not say source of funding. They really didn't say. But I just read the thing. It just said national, regional, global. So and some business that's source of funding there.
So maybe we'll invite you on the tour. The president will tour the place.
Invite me. Invite me. I will go.
I mean, a lot of journalists in Foya will go there because I tell you what, already we try to politicize everything in the country. And I was talking about the way our national infrastructure is so centralized, right? You need this kind of facility across the country.
Perfect. It would have been better from the beginning if all of these things.
So what has changed? The only thing that has changed here is that people have built speculation to a point where they are not able to accept the truth at this point. That's the only thing, right?
Thanks so kindly.
I do believe. I come with you, I do believe. You said the government should speak. The government has said something, and you say what the government said. You insist that it's not true. There is something else. That means you are prone to believe in your own opinion. Okay. So it was not meant to discourage skeptics. There will always be people who don't believe.
Okay. His name is Daniel Sando, Deputy Information Minister for Public Affairs from the Ministry of Information.